What's up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shaka, the Nice City Jug here with our PSBA Week 1 Team Builder going against King again. We are facing King again at the same time, the same week. So, King, we have beaten twice in a row. He could have a good shot to beat us this time around, but King's got to really struggle against our team, because especially since our team is pseudo rain, and he really kind of doesn't like dealing with rain. So, if you guys are excited, leave a like. If you haven't already, subscribe. If you are new, join the Phil Shocker crew today, because you'll be filling with the king of the crew. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this matchup here. So, looking at King's team, it's pretty interesting to say the least. But he's got Gastrodon, Moongus, Barraskewda, Celesteela, Dusknoir, Como-O, Mega Gardevoir, Sneasel, Darmanitan, Hitmonchan, and Sheer Force, Lando I. Looking at the team, I don't think Lando I is going to really be coming. I don't think Lando I really does that much for him. Hitmonchan, I really don't think it's going to come, because Hitmonchan would have to be Scarfed to do anything against my team. Darmanitan can come, potentially, because he needs to think if I'm going to bring full rain or not. If I bring full rain, that could be the vantage point for him there. But again, it just comes down to this. I think Sneasel has a potential chance to show up because eventually of stuff I have, but I think Sneasel overall is something that's really good against my team. But again, it's got to be one of those things that has to be Choice Scarf. Mega Gardevoir I could see potentially be brought versus us, because Mega Gardevoir is relatively annoying versus our team a little bit, but overall I think we have the keys and ways to defeat him. I think the 6 that we see right here are going to be the main 6 we see. Again, there could be maybe 1 or 2 mons like maybe Winter Strikes, but I think some guarantees are going to be broad. Like, I definitely guarantee that he is going to be in Gastrodon and Moongus. These are his only 2 ways to stop my rain from really being able to do much. And what's going to be really, really good about things like Gastro, it's going to have to be forced to run Storm Drain for a water immunity. Definitely going to be forced to run the Rocky Helmet, which is instead going to be something that can be really effectively well as well. But ultimately, I think it's going to be a really good bring. I definitely think he's bringing Moongus with effective Spore. I think he could have the Clear Smog in case I do want to try to set up with something like, say, Slurp Puff, for example, or anything like that. Definitely expect the Grass Stab move, Spore, and then the last move could be a really up in the air move. It could be Toxic, it could be Symphysis, it could just be Foul Play, but who knows. I think he's going to bring Barraskewda for the fact that Barraskewda can take advantage of rain, really do well, and plus with his with having a relatively grass weakness to it, I definitely think he expects to bring stuff to counter the grass weakness a bit. But I definitely do expect him to bring Celesteela. I think Celesteela matches up relatively well against our team. Like coverage with like Energy Ball is definitely really good. I could see him potentially running Thunderbolt. Earthquake. I think it's a relatively mixed set versus us. I could see maybe potential fire coverage or something like that. Maybe hidden power. I don't know, but definitely something to keep note right there. I think Dusknoir is a relatively decent bring versus us to bring Trick Room. Trick Room could benefit him a little bit with having things like a Moongus and Gastro, which can actually do quite a bit of damage to our team if we're not relatively careful and safe. But again, there's something to that. And I definitely think he's going to bring Como-O. I think Como-O matches up relatively well for us. Como does have to hope things don't get boosted or boosted in any type of form because of that. But other than that, I definitely think Como was a solid bring. So let's go ahead and break down the team that we are going to be bringing for this week in this match up. So, give me a second to rest. But yeah, so we're gonna bring some somewhat rain this week. But there was one main thing I needed you guys to know from that team right there. King does not have an electric type. And I feel like King really kind of needed one, because without the option to, like frighten out some of my mons with electric stab, it's one of those things where he's gonna really struggle. I will double check because he could make some changes to the team still with the chances he can. But we also made, I want to say this right now, we also made one free agent move as well. As much as I didn't want to do it, we dropped Wutai, a rapid strike form, Urshifu. We are going to be picking up the Conkeldurr that was still there. I've never gotten to use Conkeldurr. I wanted to use Conkeldurr for a long time. And I felt like this was a perfect situation for that. So definitely something to keep in mind there. But let's go and break down the team. We're bringing Politoed this week, but we're not going to be bringing full rain. Now, there's a reason why I didn't go full rain. The main reason I didn't go full rain, like with Damp Rock, is though even though Mega Swampert has really amazing matchup, it's going to benefit his Barraskewda more than it's going to benefit me. So by giving him a limited about 3 to 4 turns of rain versus a whole like roughly 6 to 7 turns of rain, it benefits me longer and it can actually help me more than it's going to help him. So we're running max HP, 44 in special, 44 defense, 76 depth with 136 special attack with a modest nature. Polito this game is going to be designed to kind of be really annoying for his team. For the sense that like Polito can be really annoying, and actually I'm gonna go ahead and change this to Hypnosis. As risky as Hypnosis is really good because then it can let me riskily switch in and go in for that, and then he can potentially overprotect and spore my Politoed. Now, if he spores my Politoed and the rain's gone, I'm going to immediately switch into something like, say, Noivern to get Noivern in quickly and just go for potentially any offensive move that I think is going to be really good. Because that's what's really good about Noivern, good about Politoed, because if Politoed's the bait and we get that spore in us, he can't spore my Swampert. He can't spore any of my other offensive threats. So I definitely think Politoad's importance here is gonna be really good. Plus Politoad's gonna be a really good offensive piece as well because again, Water Stab against his team is pretty good. He does have a few weak draws back to it, but that's why we're also Hidden Power Grass is there strictly for Gastro, which should be able to 2-hit KO Gastro again because I do see him bring the Rocky Helmet physically defensive set, and I do see him bringing full physically defensive Amoonguss set. So definitely, if Amoonguss is also not potentially Assault Vest instead of Rocky Helmet, it's going to be roughly 2-hit KO'd by Ice Beam, so definitely something to kind of keep a little note there. And of course, if I'm bringing Rain, I'm bringing Swampert, but we have a very, very, very unique Swampert set this week. We are running a Swampert with a 36 HP max attack nature with a boosted attack, 116 in special attack, at 104 speed. Now, what we're doing here is we are actually running a speed where we'll be faster than Sneasel, his fastest thing. Because I'm not going to prep for Scarf, I'm not going to prep for +1 or anything like that. I'm prepping just for max speed mons, which is going to be very important to know right here. We're in Bulk Up, Ice Punch, Earthquake, and Hidden Power Grass. With the 116 investment, unless he is not max HP, which he most likely could potentially be, Hidden Power Grass does 2-hit KO any form of Gastrodon, which is really good. And plus, if we get a Bulk Up going, we should be able to 2-hit KO Amoonguss, and plus if Woongus has already taken weakened damage, even with Regenerator, we can potentially 2-hit KO on that switch in. And what's also really good is it still outspeeds some of his really bulky things on the plane. Unless, again, Celesteal is max speed, which I don't think it's going to be most likely, unless it's a Robotonomized set, then it might run a good amount of speed. It can't really do much against us, and I think Swampert can just really put in a lot of good offensive pressure this game, which I think Swampert's going to really do well. Also, we're bringing Echo this week, and we're running Yachi Berry, just as an off chance that he does bring the Sneasel, and just in case he's packing some ice coverage, like Hidden Power Ice, or he's going to be hacking some other coverage moves. We're running 60 HP, max special attack, modest nature, 188 speed. This is another reason why I don't care about Sneasel. We're only enough speed to outspeed Mega or Gardevoir there, which will Fury, not counting Darm, outspeeds the rest of his team. Running Hurricane, Flamethrower, Hidden Power Grass, Dragon Pulse. As you can see, we have a ton. You're going to see we have a lot of coverage for Gastrodon, because Gastrodon is incredibly annoying for my team to have to deal with. But honestly, this thing can just really come in. Plus, if we get the rain up, I can spam Hurricanes for free. The one problem I have with having Hurricane on this set is that Celesteal is relatively a free switch in, and if the rain's still up and Celesteal's in, I can't Flamethrower and do that much damage. Also, sorry if you hear constant beeping in the background. I don't know what else you want me to do unless someone's messing around with the freaking buttons on a certain thing here, which probably most likely is. So let me just go ahead and mute that real quick. That should stop it. But yeah, honestly, Noivern can put in a lot of good work here, and I'm really excited to have Noivern here. Making his debut is going to be the Tier 5 Sharpedo Great Blue here. We are max special attack, max attack, max speed with Jolly Nature. This lets me basically be able to speed tie with Darm if it's Choice Scarfed. But again, if I get another speed boost up, I'm faster. So I wanted to run Adamant, but I wanted to be safe. And even with I get the +1, I'm faster than everything else in his team, unless again something else on his team is Scarfed. Which, if anything else was Scarfed, it would maybe be Barraskewda. But even if Barraskewda is Scarfed, again, rather than a +1, I should be faster than Barraskewda because it's not going to be running me pretty much a lot of speed since it's very fast. But I love Sharpedo this matchup. Running Hidden Power Grass, Psychic Fangs, Liquidation, Crunch. 2 Hidden Powers from Jolly Nature can actually steal 2-hit KO's physically defensive Gastrodon, which is really good. And with having Psychic Fangs, we should be able to 2-hit KO both Como-O and Amoonguss, unless Como-O is extremely defensive. Like, we're talking like max HP, max defense. It should be able to live 1 Psychic Fangs. I'm pretty sure Amoonguss should not be able to live 2 Psychic Fangs unless he's like max HP, max defense, which he very well could possibly be, which then probably goes down to a roll. And again, it would have come down if he's Assault Vested, Black Sludge, or if he's Rocky Helmet. And then Crunch just generally is a strong move. I almost wanted to put Protect on there just because of the scouting positions, but I felt like the set we needed was really, really good. I could have put Ice Fang on this set, but Psychic Fang's just slightly stronger, and plus the chance to break any potential screens if he tries to bring any screen setters against me would be really, really good to break there as well. Or Packing Life Force just to hit as many as hard as we can. I really debated on this Raikou set, and I think we're gonna bring somewhat bulky offensive with also speed invested Raikou, running 120 HP max special attack, 136 speed, timid nature with extra sensory sub, Thunderbolt, Hidden Grouse. Hidden Grouse, like I said, is gonna be able to beat that Gastrodon, which is really good. Thunderbolt, my main stab, pretty much hits everything for super effective damage, except for the Landers. We do have extra sensory for the Kumo and for the Amoonguss. I could run Hidden Power Ice, but then I wouldn't be able to have Hidden Power Grass. But I feel like Hidden Power Grass is more important. And plus, with having extra sensory, it hits them for super effective damage. I wanted to run something like Sub Calm Mind, but then I realized I wouldn't have anything to hit Gastrodon. And if Gastrodon basically can start breaking my subs, it's not going to do it. So I'm running sub 3 attacks just so if Gastrodon does come in on me and I sub up, it can't do anything. And even if Amoonguss comes in against me, I can then just go for extra sensory, potentially chance to flinch, and see how bulky it is. And if it breaks my sub, then there's probably a good amount of offensive ability if there is anything like that in that. So definitely something to look for there. And I really think Thundaga here, which is going to be our new name for Raikou, is going to be really good. And last but not least, we're bringing the Scummy set, but it's the only set I think can really work this matchup. We're bringing a little interesting though. We're bringing Make a Wish or Jirachi here, Choice Scarf. It is my Z user for this week. By the way, apparently Z crystals are still a thing, which I still think should be banned, but it is what it is. We're running 40 HP max attack and enough speed to where we're faster than Jarm if it's Choice Scarf. So we should be faster than everything on his team unless something that's Choice Scarf, which means if it's Scarf Weavile, Scarf Sneasel is faster than us. But we should be pretty much faster than everything else in this team again, instead of any surprise Scarfers. But Zen Headbutt, Iron Head, you already know why we're doing that. Thunder Punch is only really there for the Celesteela. It's kind of there a little bit for also Barraskewda if I don't want to go for the Iron Head, even though I can Zen Headbutt. And then we do have Healing Wish. Now, the reason why we have Healing Wish is that if for some reason I see something like Sharpedo, Swampert outside of rain, or if Swampert's at a point where he can go back in but he can't really do much damage, and I still have Politoed, I can heal up Politoed. Politoed be a little defensive and just sack off Politoed, and then just go from there and just do a lot of damage. So, just generally speaking, I felt like Jirachi provides really good support in this match, so definitely looking forward to that. But that's going to be our Week 1 Team Builder, guys. Hopefully we can go 3-0 against King and continue the dominance we've been having here with PSBA. But I'm just looking to have some fun. Really excited to try some new things on my team here. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment down below. Subscribe if you are new. But until next time, guys, I'm Phil Shocker, 96 Hedgehog. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.